Good morning, everybody. It is about 6:25 a.m. right now on Easter Sunday, and I am getting ready to go downstairs and head to my tour. I'm going to do another taxi. It's only about a 10 to 15 minute distance to walk, but it's dark out there, so I'm going to take a taxi again like I did yesterday. My tour leaves at 6:50, and they said be there 15 minutes before the tour leaves, so that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm taking you guys with me today. Hopefully I will get a bunch of beautiful footage. I'm going to Montserrat this morning, and then this afternoon I'm taking another tour at 4 p.m. to go to La Sagrada Familia and Park Güell or Park Güell, whichever way you pronounce it. So let's go ahead and get out of here. I made it to where my tour meets. I keep looking up at the viewfinder, sorry. So I'm just waiting outside the Hard Rock Cafe. I've already checked in, so I'm just waiting on it to leave, well, the bus to arrive and our tour guide to actually get here. So very excited about today, and hopefully I'll get a lot of good footage.
La más famosa de Barcelona, la Rambla, la calle peatonal que empieza aquí y acaba en Plaza Cataluña. Andando son una media hora más o menos. La calle más transcurrida de Barcelona. A la izquierda verán un ferry, Baleares, en 8 horas os llevaría a Mallorca. So we've got the statue of Cristobal Colon in front of us. It's quite a big statue. Just his finger is 98 centimeters, like 2-year-old baby. On your left hand, you've got this ferry, Balearia. It will bring you to Balearic Islands, to Mallorca, in around 8 hours. And on pues aquí la Rambla a la derecha. So here on your right you've got the Rambla. It's nearly empty. It's quite unusual because normally you don't see the street. You just see heads of hundreds of people going up and down La Rambla. They do what we in Catalan call ramblejar. Ramblejar means walking up and down, looking around, doing nothing. Here on your right, Maritime Museum. Quite interesting museum for boys. The old docks of 11th century, and here you can find more than 30 ships from 1st till 21st century. Beautiful forest, you'll see the river of Llobregat, one of the biggest in Catalonia, and also beautiful plants, mostly the Mediterranean pine trees, the cypresses, the holm oaks, the strawberry trees, the pomade. The monastery, as I said, is still alive. We've got 60 Benedictine monks. It used to be more than 300 centuries ago, but now it's not so popular, especially among young people. Tenemos esa montaña preciosa, llena de unos sitios escondidos, de unos miradores, sales de hacer picnic, unas cuevas. Hay una leyenda que dice que en el año 880, en el siglo IX, unos niños jugaron al lado de esta montaña. Vieron luz rara, muy blanca, que salió de esta montaña, salió de una cueva. En este pueblo los niños encontraron la estatua de Virgen. Esa luz salió de su corazón, de su pecho.
This is amazing. We finally arrived at Montserrat, and we've got 10 minutes for restrooms and photos right now. You definitely need a jacket out here. It's cold, but very, very beautiful.
beautiful graves of 16th century. In order to build the church, they need a lot of money. They didn't have enough money, so they asked rich people and noble families to make donations. You made this donation after your death, your body will be buried inside the church. More money you gave, closer to whole altar you will be. Shorter the way towards heaven if you wake up and goes to heaven. That's why all the big cathedrals, the old churches in Spain looks like cemeteries. You'll go inside, you'll see everywhere graves. Don't be afraid to step over it. You will not find any bodies inside. It's a symbol. The symbol of circle of life. And in English, yes, the first thing you felt was smell. Smell of hundreds of bodies of flesh inside the church. That's why you got an English stinky rich from 11th century. First primitive church built in 11th century. So here we've got different administrative buildings under construction now. On your right we've got the part of the library. This monastery was the oldest, the biggest and most important library.
I'm currently walking around Montserrat and I'm headed towards where I saw this cross. The guide said it was about a 30-minute walk. I think it's gonna be more for me. It's been uphill. It's sort of leveling off right now, but it's like go up a hill, stop and take a break. But it is so beautiful around here, but freezing. And our guide said 2 weeks ago there was snow. She said you couldn't even see your hands. There was so much fog and snow. And I'm so glad I wasn't here then. It is freezing today. I got my €5 gloves on that I bought yesterday in France because I needed them. So I would suggest if you come this time of year, today is April the 1st, dress warmly. I'm so happy I brought my jacket. I had no plans to originally bring a jacket, but I am so glad I got it now. So that is where I'm planning on walking. The cross is right there. So I'm going to continue on this path and head to that direction, then come back down. It is starting to get warm on this walk, I will tell you that. I'm going uphill right now, so breathing a little harder. I am not in shape. I'm going to take the funicular up onto the other side of the mountain, and I have to pay a little extra for that. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what to do here. There's a gate. Oh, I see. Yes, I'm going to take the funicular up. I think she said it was €13 round trip, and it runs every 20 minutes. I'm walking down a very steep hill, which I've got to climb back up. I'm not looking forward to that climb, but I'm going down to where the cross was, so I think it's definitely taken me way more than 30 minutes, but I'm going slow. And this is an extremely steep hill, so I'm being very, very careful. You can see the monastery over there. So that's where I just came from, was over there. I'm coming back down, and it's definitely a lot easier going back down than it was going up. But I will tell you this, the terrain is kind of rough. I mean, it's mostly smooth. It's not like you're hiking in a mountain, even though you technically are. But you know what I mean, it's still paved. Just kind of watch your footing, have good walking shoes. I will tell you this. I think I forgot to mention this yesterday when I went on yesterday's tour and this tour. If you get motion sickness, there are many, many winding roads. Ooh. It's getting really steep going down. Gotta pay attention to what I'm doing. But as I was saying, though, there's like the guide, this tour guide said she called the road serpentine, and it's just like a snake. So if you do get motion sickness easily, you may want to take some Dramamine before you go, or some variation of that. I do typically get motion sickness, but it didn't bother me either day. I feel as if it's taken about as long going down as it did going up, because it's just very uneven and it's steep, really, really steep. So yes, I think it's going faster, but you just gotta watch your footing. Is this in focus? One thing I was gonna say back there, when I got to the cross, those people that were around it were eating. I thought that was a little disrespectful, maybe that's just my opinion, I don't know. But they were sitting just like all around the base or the foot of the cross, just eating their breakfast or lunch, whatever meal they are having. And this one kid, he walked behind the fence and was literally just right there on the edge. I thought his dad was gonna have a meltdown because he's like, I'm not gonna fall. And I'm like, oh my goodness. But anyway, just, you know, I don't know. You can have your own opinion about it. I thought it was disrespectful just to sit right down there and just eat. They could have done that before, after, but just, again, just my opinion. I should have taken my sunglasses. Should not have taken my sunglasses off. Hi. Alrighty then. I guess she was taking herself on a walk today. I'm assuming she belongs to somebody. There are a whole lot of dogs around every place I've been. I've seen dogs everywhere, which I love dogs, so I think that's pretty cool. I'm just taking a break right here, just sitting on some rocks. probably getting filthy, but that is okay. I'm just enjoying the peaceful nature out here, and right now everybody has walked past me. I think I can hear some more people coming up, but I thought I would just take a break and just sit here and enjoy God's creation, because it is amazingly beautiful out here. I am just having a fabulous day. This is definitely my kind of day to have, be out here in this nature. Yes, I love to shop and I enjoy that too, but I love being out here. I just wish I was in better shape. I'm gonna head back to the bus now, and I just wanted to show you where I walked this morning. Right up there is where the cross is. It's about right there. It looks like they've got some sort of little market set up that you can shop at as well. There's a bunch of cheese over here. I'm not planning on buying anything, but I thought I would just look as I'm walking back to the bus. I just made it back to where we stopped this morning after we got off the bus. Saw the tour guide, checked in with her. Let me get out of the sun. I am so glad I took the early trip, because the population of this area has increased by several thousand when it was just a few hundred, if even 100 when I was here earlier. So glad I did that, even though I had to get up at 4:30. Chanel is closed. Right now I'm walking towards the Sagrada Familia. This is my next excursion. Those motorcycles are very loud, so they told me it was about a 20-minute walk. I debated between taking a taxi and just walking it. Since it's only 20 minutes and I still have well over an hour, I thought I would just go ahead and walk it. And I just gotta find the tour offices. That is the biggest one. I see it's sticking up just below those cranes up there. I see the top of La Sagrada Familia. I finally realized the street signs are on the buildings. It's a bit late because today's my last day, but that is where they are, right there. I was having a lot of trouble figuring out what street I was on because I couldn't find the street signs. There's very few that are actually on posts, like this type of sign right here. There's a few on those, but most are on the buildings. And whoops, that was really close, sorry. I know they do that in Italy, but I just couldn't remember that they do that in Barcelona as well. So I'm getting very close to the Sagrada Familia. I saw it sticking up, the spires sticking up. It's coming up just behind this building. You might see some cranes. That is the spire sticking up just to the right of this building. I found it, thanks to a street sign. It's like, how do they hide this massive building? And that was way more than a 20-minute walk. Now I just gotta find where those travel places are. Oh, and a bus is getting in the way. I asked directions where the Julia's travel office is. That's not the full name, but the first name was Julia. And just asked that little ticket office that was right over there, that little orangey building that says Ask Me on it. And she says it's just directly behind them. Go through the park, cross the street, and you can't miss it. So that is where I'm heading now. And I thought I'd show you some of the park while I'm here. Let's go this way. Yay, there it is right there. That was the wrong office. Same company. She just said they're in the new office, and she said go down this way, turn right, and it's literally just right beside the church. And I'll see the same sign, so that's no big deal.
What you're seeing now is the base of the main entrance. This concrete wall will be covered with all the decorations made of stone. And this is part of this bigger project by Antoni Gaudí. According to his project, these three entrances on the outside should be explaining the life of Jesus. Three entrances standing for the three most important moments in his life. We will see the oldest entrance, which is also the first moment, the Nativity facade. The first years in Jesus' life. That one, we'll pay closer attention to it, don't worry. It's the Passion facade, the death of Jesus. This one, the main one, will be the Glory facade, the resurrection of Jesus. The most important one, the most monumental one, almost three-dimensional facade. Because the decorations will come out of the wall, getting almost all the way to these trees.
¿Por qué dice you? I mean, sorry. Why does it say Eucarista if it's going to be the resurrection?
Now, it's because when this basilica was begun, I told you, the city was smaller. There was nothing around here. So his project included these 3 entrances, but also 3 parks. One in front of each entrance. And actually, you can see there's 1 park on one side and the 1 park on the other side. According to the original project, there should be a park behind you, which is not here, of course. It's not a big deal. We don't have the entrance yet. But when this entrance is finished, there will be a park. These buildings will be knocked down.
Oh, wow.
These buildings, most of them are illegal. They were constructed without a license. The people who bought the apartments, they know. They always know, yeah? But they've been living here for 60, 70 years now. It's a lifetime. Actually, I guess they were quite cheap also. The thing is that a lot of people in the city thought the Sagrada Familia would never be finished.
I've only had like 3 this whole trip.
So he was working on this place for 14 years. He started in 1900. 1914, this place you will see now was divided into 60 different lots to sell them to 60 families. Then they could hire the different architects and have their houses constructed in different styles. Antoni Gaudí was mainly working on the common areas, the streets, the main entrance, the main square. But 1914, this place was so far from the city center, nobody wanted to live here. Just one of the lots was sold. So they decided to stop working. Nothing has been constructed since 1914. And in 1922, Mr. Güell, he almost gave this place to the city and became a public park, but always far from the city center, was completely abandoned till the 60s. In the 60s, there was a kind of second industrial revolution. After the Spanish Civil War and economic crisis, there were some factories opened here, so a lot of people came from the center and south of Spain to live in Barcelona. And neighborhood, at the beginning it was a shanty town created around this park. So these poor people, working class people living in this area, they were the first ones to come to this park. In the 80s, people from the rest of the city began also appreciating this place and became an important touristic attraction in the last 10-15 years. For a few years at the beginning, it was free access to the park. The problem is that it was meant to be a place just for 60 families. So everything is so small, to a point where there were 9 million people visiting this park every year. So you couldn't see a thing. There were way too many people. That's why now we have the tickets, we need the time to enter. They can always control the amount of people that enter at a certain time. Just 400 people every 30 minutes go in. And they are also using the money out for the restoration works. Very regular with steps. There are roads for the cars, because at the moment the rich people had cars. Up there's one road for the cars. Nowadays it's not allowed to enter by car. And you'll always see on the sides there are canals to drain rainwater.
Quizás
Oho, aika pein. ¿Estás todo bien?
Antoni Gaudí was the first one to recycle. He was using square tiles from other buildings. But the shape of the benches is also very interesting. Is that comfortable with you? Yeah. It's supposed to be very comfortable. But more inspirations in nature of Antoni Gaudí. That door across the ironwork there somehow may remind you of the wings of a butterfly. Yes. And
Hey guys, I am ending the vlog for today. I almost forgot to and went ahead and took my hair down, then put it up in another bun on top of my head. I've had a great day, but I will tell you I did way too much today. I think I got sunburned right there. I'm not sure, it just may be the lighting in here. But I did way too much. I am so tired. I am feeling my age. Let's see, so I did Montserrat this morning, and I probably shouldn't have done all of that climbing because I'm not in the best of shape, but it's like I wanted to see this stuff, so I did. And I know I'm gonna be sore tomorrow. I think I'm already getting sore. And then I came back to my room, and then I just left my backpack here. Then I went out and ate some pizza. It wasn't that great, but it'll do. Then I rested about an hour or so, and then went to La Sagrada Familia. I just walked over there. As you guys, I vlogged a little bit, I believe, when I was walking over there. And it's a very interesting church or basilica. It's not finished. They've been building it for a really long time. And there's still a long way to go. I think she said maybe... Oh, see, I wish I could recall all the facts that I've heard, but I don't think that I'm going to be able to. I think she says there's 30% left of it, the guide, but I could be completely wrong on that. And it's just a massive structure. She did say that currently it is not owned by the Vatican, and it is being built through funds that people either donate, or when you buy a ticket, that's how they are building it, is using money from that. So I did that, and I was like, I was so tired. I was like, I really don't want to go to Park Güell, but I'd already paid for the ticket, and the guide that I had at Sagrada Familia took me. I was the only one from that tour that was going over to Park Güell, so she had to go over there anyway because she was the tour guide. So she and I took it wasn't a taxi, it was a Mercedes van, and they drove us over, or this guy, the driver, drove us over to Park Güell, and then we got there super early, and we had to wait like a half an hour before the tour started. I did not take my jacket that time, which was not smart, and I was freezing. I'm gonna tell you, I was miserable most of the time in there, and I hate saying that because it is a beautiful park. If it had been 10 degrees warmer, it would have been awesome, and if I had not done so much other stuff today, way more awesome. But I did it, and I was wanting to mark stuff off of my list that I missed when I came to Barcelona in 2011. I barely did anything. All I did was ride the hop-on hop-off bus in 2011, and then walked down a little bit of the Las Ramblas, and that was it. And so I knew that I wanted to go into La Sagrada Familia, and I wanted to go to Park Güell. I wanted to go to Montserrat, and I still want to go to the Chocolate Museum, but that's not going to happen. I'm missing that. That was one thing that was on my list that I did not get to go to. So anyway, I've had a great time. It's been cold, I've been tired, but I've still had a great time. So I checked a lot of things off of my bucket list to do in Barcelona, so I am glad that I did them, even though I tried to squeeze too much in. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog. I think Montserrat was probably the best part of the vlog, in my opinion, and the rest of it, I was just getting tired, and I wasn't giving it my best effort. I'll just be honest with you guys. So anyway, I will check out right now, and I'll see you guys in the morning. Bye bye, everybody.